Sometimes we're guilty of thinking about weather sirens as a magic bullet. If there's severe weather, a siren will sound and we'll know to take shelter and we'll be okay. But in reality, it's not that simple. As we mentioned earlier, talking about Kokomo, not every community has sirens. In some cases, there's not a single siren in an entire county. Plus, what's true in one area may not be true in the neighboring area. Some communities sound their alarms if there's a major fire. Others activate them only if a tornado is on the ground. Alex Dierkman reports on how sirens fit into the state's emergency alert system.
The tornado sirens in Washington went off Sunday afternoon, warning residents of the approaching storm.
In Daviess County, there are 6 sirens, 3 of them located in the city of Washington, 1 located in Odin, Indiana, 1 located in Plainville, Indiana, and 1 in Montgomery.
Officials from the Emergency Management Office here say they set the sirens off in the event of a tornado warning either in the county or in a surrounding county. However, they don't believe it's the most effective way to warn people of an emergency. They encourage residents to use more direct methods of communication such as their smartphones or weather radios.
Sirens are part of a system. They certainly help with initial warning if you're outside. I know that we've had discussions on many levels and in many different venues about the effectiveness of outdoor sirens.
Even though you can often hear sirens if you're sitting inside your house, that's not what they're intended for. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the sirens are meant to alert you to go inside and turn on a radio or TV to get more information. Each community is directly responsible for its sirens. That means they have control over how many they have, where they are placed, what type of alarm they use, and when the alarm is sounded. And that can lead to confusion about what the sirens mean.
If you're in Lafayette, Indiana, and you hear a weather siren go off, it might have an entirely different meaning than in Greenwood, where I live, or downtown Indianapolis or Evansville. State
Senator Brent Waltz says he was surprised by the lack of clarity surrounding sirens, so a couple of years ago he proposed legislation that would create a uniform system. He's worried if people don't know what the sirens mean, they won't take them seriously when they're going off. But the legislation didn't go anywhere.
I don't care what that system is, as long as citizens know what it means when a severe weather siren goes off.
What we recommend for that is get educated about what your local siren means and have more than one way to get notification.
Erickson says the Department of Homeland Security will advise communities if they have questions about their sirens, but his department stops short of making formal recommendations.
Alex Dierkman joins us now for more. A law passed in 2008 required the Department of Homeland Security to come up with some sort of standards, regulation for sirens and whether communities should activate them, when, how long, things like that. But it's supposed to be end in 2010, right?
That's right, and
yeah.
I want to share just a bit of that legislation. So it reads, before January 1st, 2010, the department shall adopt rules to provide for the following. The first one is minimum technical standards, including a minimum range for any siren that is to be acquired and installed in a county under a county siren coverage plan. The second is a specification of any permissible storm, weather condition, or emergency other than a tornado for which a severe weather warning siren may be activated. But the Department of Homeland Security hasn't made any headway on this, and when we asked them about it, they put it back all on the counties. Since Indiana is a home rule state, the counties have to first ask for help before they can provide it.
Well, and that same legislation did require that counties actually come up with a plan as well, a detailed plan to send back regarding the sirens, how many are there, and areas that aren't covered by sirens, but has that happened?
Well, that's what's interesting. The department tells us that there weren't any counties in the state that submitted a report.
So 2010 was 3 years ago. Here we are. What's going on?
Well, one of the reasons we've heard that they haven't done this is because it could be expensive. So once the Department of Homeland Security were to get involved, they would issue a recommendation and the county or city would have to follow it. So say that your county submits a report. The department looks at it and they say, well, you know, of all these different areas, there are some that need some coverage, so you should install 4 sirens. Well, that could cost $100 grand or more, and that's just for installation. That's not counting any of the maintenance.
So what's next?
Well, State Senator Brent Waltz says that he's considering if there's any legislation that he might be able to piggyback on.
Okay, thank you very much.